HAI Tech because we gave a recording in the Discord channel as well. That was to cover all the basics. Our plan is to build on top of that, but just in case if you guys haven't gone through it, just I'll give you a brief overview. So uh, we have two main products. So as I said, Fetch AI, we have this ASI1 LLM. It's an agentic LLM. So people can search and discover agents on this LLM. And basically, this LLM searches for the right agent based on a query on the Agentverse marketplace. Agentverse is a marketplace. And the agents, to register agents on the marketplace, there is something called a lightweight framework, UAgents framework. Using this framework, you put the agents on the marketplace. And once you put that, they're available on the marketplace. Next, there are two ways to build agents. That is, you can directly make your own normal business logic and directly use UAgent framework and build and then register with the Agentverse. Or you can use other frameworks like LangChain, Crew AI, and register with the Agentverse marketplace. So let's directly make one agent. Maybe then you'll understand it better. So there are like two ways to make agents. So one is directly host like going to the Agentverse and then make a sign in, go to agents here, then click launch an agent there. Since you don't have any agent yet, you'll click create an Agentverse hosted agent. Then you can choose anything, just choose your first agent. And then in that you will go to build, and here you will write the entire code logic and directly run the agent on this Agentverse directly. So advantage of this is it will have 100% uptime. You don't have to take care of the uptime. Even if you're shut down your system, still the agent is running. But the limitation is that some packages are not supported. So it's if you are using some complex packages, it's better you use build it locally. So these are the two things. And then to understand basic code, few things you need to understand is these are the imports. It will import agent and context. Using agent, you'll basically make an instance of an agent. And agent on event startup, what should happen, you will describe here in the logic. You have some question? No, okay. I hope everyone is following so far. Any questions? Okay. And then I'll show something called agent communication. So for agent communication, I'll choose this one. It will make two agents basically, Alice and Bob. So it has built two agents. I'll go to Alice to see the code. So in this, as you see, there is one extra bit of code that is on message. So what should an agent do when it receives some particular message? What action should it take? That is what is described by this code block. And on the event startup, as you see in the previous one, it was just sending a message. Sorry, it was just printing a message. Here, we are actually sending a message to a different agent. So ctx.send, we are sending a message to this agent address. This agent address, every agent will have its own address. When you run the agent, basically it will have its own address. And you send this agent to the, see, you're saying, hello there, Bob. And let's say I'll start this agent. I started this agent and it has dispatched the envelope to the hosted agent. Sorry, I actually didn't run the Bob agent, so I need to run the Bob agent for it to receive it. Let me run the other agent as well. This is a Bob agent. I'm just going to run it. So Bob agent is running. It has got this address. If you see this last four lines, HEY65, and Alice is sending the uh, just a minute. Yeah, Alice will be sending the whatever the message to this agent, and this agent has the same logic on receiving the message what it should do. And one more important thing you need to see is this model, request model. This request model with Bob and the other request model with Alice, both are same, should be same. Only if they are same, they know that how to communicate with each other. So these are the two important things. And the one final important thing is how to make your agent discoverable on the ASI1 LLM. So when you go to ASI LLM, here we'll disable this web search and enable this agent search. And when you search here, your agent should be discoverable. So to get this discoverability feature, your agent needs to have something called chat protocol. So once your agent has chat protocol, other agents will discover your agent, and AI7 also will discover your agent. Now, let's build one agent that is discoverable on the agentverse by AI7. So what I would suggest is all of you can, if you can open docs.asi1.ai, docs.asi1.ai. If you go to that, there is something called tutorials. In that, there is something called agent chat protocol. If you scroll completely down, you have a complete example copy paste code. So to set this up, what I want you guys to do is you need to, in your IDE, make a virtual environment and do pip install uagents. So make a folder, and that's one install you need to do. Once you have installed, let me know. So basically install that package and then make two files. One is agent.py and another is functions.py. So that example, what it's basically doing is it gives out the weather of whenever someone queries about weather, that agent will give you the live weather details. So is everyone following so far? Like if you have any basic questions, also feel free to ask. But this is the best time to ask. Yeah, yeah, sure.
When we go back to HackMIT.
Yeah, so you need to do pip install uagents. Make a virtual environment and then just do pip install uagents. Once you pip install uagents, you need to copy paste this entire code. So if, wait, for you, I'll make a completely new. Yeah, you are able to install it. So this is the way to make a virtual environment so that your packages are not. So I'm activating the virtual environment. Now all I need to do is pip install uagents. That is one important library that is useful. And then other important library that is useful is if you're building agents using LangChain or Crew AI or any other framework, you need to install pip install uagents adapter. So these are the only two libraries that are needed. And once you have done that, yeah, pip install uagents underscore adapter. Once you've done these two things, then we'll make a file called agent.py and another file called functions.py. Functions.py is basically the code file where your actual core logic will be. Agent.py is where all the boilerplate code related to fetch will be. So after making these two, all I'll do is I'll just go to the A7 docs I told you about. I'll go there and copy paste this entire code, which I have this complete example. I just copy this and put into agent.py. I'll take functions. So here the functions code is here. This gives the basically, as you see, it has two classes, weather and weather response. So whenever it gets a message related to weather, it will extract. So there is something called an agent address right here. So what this is another agent that is already hosted on the marketplace. So we are basically making use of one more agent internally. Whenever a query comes in, this agent, what it does is it extracts the right parameters from your query and then passes on to your weather query. So for example, I'll ask what is the weather in Boston today. So it will extract Boston, and from today it will infer that the today's date, and it will pass on these two parameters to the actual core business logic. I'll copy the functions code now. Yeah, once I've done that, there is one change that you need to do. So that example is meant for directly running those agent on the agent verse directly. And what we are doing is we are running it locally. So whenever we are running it locally, we need to add three parameters here in this agent instance. In this agent instance, we need to add three parameters. One is name, agent name. So agent name I'll put as weather agent. Then seed is optional. So what seed does is if you give a seed phrase, whenever you run the agent, it will not come up with a new address. It will, like, seed phrase is like a secret phrase that only you know. So whenever you run the same agent again, it will not make a completely new agent. It will just give the agent with the same address. So here I'll just give a seed as a weather agent, my name. This is completely optional. And then we need to give a port. Each agent will need to have its own separate port. And then one final parameter is mailbox is equal to true. So what mailbox does is even when your agent is offline, it will still receive messages. And whenever your agent you start running the agent again, your agent will automatically receive those messages. So these are the only changes that needs to be done whenever we run an agent locally compared to running an agent directly on the agentverse IDE. Now all this is done. Now just need to run this agent. So the agent is running and it has got its own address. This is the agent address. Now, one more important thing is it will give us a URL, agent inspector available at certain URL. So what I need to do is I just need to copy this URL or directly click it if you can. I copied this URL and then I'll go to my browser. I'll paste it here. And then here basically we need to connect it to the mailbox. So click connect, select mailbox here, and next. That's it. And our agent is now ready on the marketplace. Now, how I can see the agent? Click on the agent profile. This is our agent. Now, after so far, yeah, I hope you understood. Now, once this is done, our next steps is to change these things. I need to give the agent a name, either agent. Then other important thing is README. README helps the ASI LLM to discover your agent very well. So the better the README, the greater the chances that your agent is discovered. So in the README, what you need to basically give is in Markdown, just give agent description. And then you can add something like capabilities. And then you can also add example queries and example prompts. Yeah, hi.
Um, each type of meeting.
Yeah.
I'm wondering, like, how much does the agent have to work in isolation? Like, if our agent is specifically for our project and has like points that are like very specific towards different type of data or what output we want, do you still want us to post it on the agent first, then fill us out?
Yeah, every agent needs to be definitely on the agent verse. And once, so there are two things. So far, what I've been telling is more oriented towards some people using your agent from the ASI1 LLM. But what if you want to build a complete standalone application with your own UI and your own application where you just want to hit these agents as a backend? That in that place you don't have to worry much about this readme and everything, because you're just using your agent as an API, and you'll be hitting this API agent from the back end, from the front end. So that one I'll just tell you after this one. Yeah.
So we have a mixture of agents that are using the chat protocol through like the ASI LLM.
Yeah, so if your agent is having chat protocol, then it can get interacted from the ASI. But if you don't need to interact from the ASI, you don't need a chat protocol. Yeah. Now, once you give the README, give the example queries and responses as well, and then click Save Changes. Uh, the better the README, the greater the chances. And then once all this is done, you go to test your agent. So click Chat with your agent and test out any queries and see if it's all coming with good responses. If it's not, modify your code and everything. After doing everything, then finally you can test out your agent on ASI1 by enabling agent search. And what all you need to do is go to your agent and copy this address. This is the address. Click here. Your address is copied. Now you go to ASI1 and then copy this address here. By the way, when you copy, you will get something like this. You need to remove this starting part. This is the address, and then you can give the query directly and ask your agent. So this I'm showing because you actually know your agent address. If you didn't know your agent address, you just type in a query and it will automatically find the agent for you. Since you know the address here, you're directly tagging it with a handle and asking for a question. Okay, now so far whatever I discussed is related to finding agents from ASI1. Now, let's say you want to build your own UI and you don't want to interact with these agents from ASI1. In that case, what you will do is uh, go to another our important resources is called Innovation Lab resources. Go to that website, and this is the Fetch AI Innovation Lab. So click to this one. So this is the link. In this, we have uh, in the agent communication, we have something called U-agent to U-agent communication. Here we have four types of handlers. One is on event handler, like agent on event, what it should do. Agent on message handler, like whenever it receives a message, what action it should do. And then these are the two important handlers for your full stack application: on REST GET and on REST POST. I hope you both, everyone knows here REST and GET. So similarly, like when you build your own front end, and if you enable these handlers on REST GET and on, so these are the REST endpoints. You're basically enabling REST endpoints for your agents. Now, once you enable that, you can directly hit your agent from the front end. And basically your agents will act as a backend. So these are the two ways you can build your agents. Now, I'll tell you, we have another 20 minutes left. What you can do is, I hope everyone knows MCP here. MCP is the way like models can access many tools. And uh, so I want you guys to scan this QR code. This one. And this QR code takes you to a GitHub repo with all different examples. So even if you like so far didn't understand any line of code at all you can do is just copy some code from the repo, give it to an LLM, and make it for your use case, right? So this repo has all the examples, and please star our repo. That will help us gain more visibility for the repo. So this is the repo I'm talking about. So if you see like different examples, so if you want to do front-end integration, you can check out this one. Then if you want to build MCP agents, so I'll tell you how to build MCP agents. So for example, some useful MCPs are like Perplexity MCP, GitHub MCP, Context 7 MCP, Airbnb MCP. All these MCPs will have so many tools associated with them, and they could actually help you a lot. So for example, if you, let's say you want to do some automation related to Notion, like you want to like extract if you want your agent to extract something from Notion document automatically and do some analysis and post it back to the Notion document, then you can use Notion MCP. Similarly, so many MCPs are there. So in our case, how you can make an MCP agent is that basically what you'll do is you need to build an MCP client. You build an MCP client and wrap that MCP client into a U agent and post it on the agentverse. That's all you need to do. And that way you can your agent can actually access any MCP server. Not any MCP server, whatever the MCP server you downloaded. And this is one thing. And then uh, another idea you can have is there are so many open source models, right? Like for image generation, video generation, there are numerous models for different tasks. So basically what you can do is internally within any agent, you can use one of those models so that and put it on the marketplace. So let's say if we go to agentverse, if you go to the marketplace, for example, someone has built a video generation agent. So what this agent basically does is internally they are using some, I think, Google's VO3 model within this agent. So they're basically making an API call to that VO3 model, and this agent will make video generation. And another idea, some other good ideas are like, as you know, Google recently released Nano Banana, so you can use that model to make some. If your project is related to some images, you can use that as well. And yeah, so any questions so far? I think I covered most of the material. Now, if you want, you can like stay around, build like basic agent so that you know your platform is all set for the hackathon. Anyways, like we'll have like 24/7 support. So anytime, even during the night, if you want to, if you have doubts, you can post it on the Discord channel. People will respond back. So if you have any questions now, you can ask. Yeah.
I wanted to know how ASI1 is determining which models which are present on the agent first to use compared to the other model. Because like you just went over creating something like a weather agent, right?
Yeah,
There's obviously gonna be a large number of them available on the agent first.
yeah.
How do they decide one, determine which one is the best one for my user?
Yeah. So from the query, first it will see what all agents are available, and each agent will have the number of interactions and the ratings. There is also called ratings for the agent. So if an agent has a higher rating and higher ranking, then that agent will be found. So just like websites, how they have SEO. Yes.
Then, what about, so how are you guys reimbursing this sort of, ratings for each agent? Is letting users manually rate the.
Yeah. So for example, if you go to agentverse, and agent profile, there is something called SEO interactions. Here you can actually evaluate your agent against other things. So for example, you'll see top ranking similar agents. So I've just made a weather agent, but it also shows so many weather agents are there. So you can clearly see compared to your competitor agents how your agent is performing. So there is something called compare with similar agents, right? You're able to see it? Yeah, you can there you can click and select compare with other agents and thereby improve your own agent so that your agent is more optimized for.
How is this rating exactly given? Is it, yeah, does ASI one rank it or does?
No, no. So it is a combination of both. First is like if your agent is verified, then it is more SEO optimized. Then if your agent like responds perfectly and user gives a thumbs up, then your agent will have higher ranking. So there is a ranking mechanism for the agents. Yeah.
How do you verify the security of an agent?
That is in the pipeline. That is in development where we are bringing a feature where we evaluate each agent for like if it's not malicious or yeah.
Because in the presentation, you were talking about a healthcare agent.
Yeah.
So I was wondering if we were accessing a person's medical records.
Yeah.
We have to make sure that the data doesn't get leaked. The
Yes.
person who made it can't have a backdoor entrance.
That's right. Yeah. Yeah, we are having a mechanism to evaluate each agent so that we make only like proper verified agents available on the marketplace and not malicious agents. So if you like, I think we have another 10 minutes time. So if you want to stick around and run your agents and see if, like everything is running properly, I can help you out. Otherwise, yeah. Please start our repo. The